Hello, this is Nerd Crew, and we're here to show you the newest design we have output called the Square Vimana, named after a book I read. Now, in here we have the cockpit. There's this, which basically is hooked up to a logic circuit back here that operates a pulsar. Then we have this, which is the reload side for the left firing, and then same thing over here except for the right. So if you watch, if I put any object in here that can be moved by an item hopper, it will now fire rapidly, fire tons of fireballs, and if you had this in the air, which can happen, then it would have fired and ravaged an area. Now this design does not move on its own with sticky pistons, as I bet half of you thought it would. That would be so complicated, it wouldn't even be worth it. It'd be massive, and for each it'd be pretty much impossible. So anyways, we have this, and this is a very useful thing. It just isn't very... you gotta move it with a outside mod or plugin. I like to use World Edit because it's just my favorite plugin. And anyways, moving on, this massive machine can fire out tons of fire charges, which are in these dispensers, and as I showed you earlier, the hoppers out here push them into here, and then they fire. Now I want to show you how this works. If we look in the actual stuff in here, we have comparators with subtraction mode on, and this is a comparator pulsar. It's a new thing in 1.5, and it works out very well. And these are hooked up to redstone repeaters down there that go into our dispensers. So this is a pretty simple design, pretty easy to make. Now this is a comparator which is getting its signal from the hopper, and when that happens it's put to here. Then this comparator and this comparator receive it from this block that is now powered on, and then of course it starts the pulsar circuit, and it works out pretty well. Now, so I'm not going to go through how to build this because it would take a few minutes that I don't have because of Bandicam's 10-minute recording time, but I just want to show you what this does to a mob. So I'm going to spawn a cow. Everyone likes cows, so let's kill one, because that makes entire sense. So we have our cow, and through our little visual windshield right here, we can see that it's happily grazing on the mushrooms. And fire. And so, as you can see, it just killed the cow in under a minute. Under 10 seconds, really. By setting it on fire, and then, well, it burned. And it got me steaks. So this could be used in mob grinders, but mainly in warfare. Now the cool thing about this is it overrides the PvP blockers on most servers. So like if I was to stand here, I would be set on fire, and then I would burn and quite possibly die. So that is very useful on faction, well, yes, on faction servers, but on servers where PvP isn't supposed to be allowed and you really want to kill someone, this is how you do it. It could be smaller, it could be, I don't know, just set up to a pulsar that doesn't have this cool interface, but I prefer it this way. Now, the good thing about this one is that you can do pretty much everything from right here. So, that's very useful. You can refill, you can even just start it up, and the cool thing about the hopper is that you can sit inside it, so it's like a seat almost. So that's all I got to show you today, and if you want, you can just build this. It's quite simple for us who know redstone. This has been the Square Vimana.